Welcome to the Smart Keys podcast, where we transform complex information into actionable insights for the modern professional.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into, well, the most paradoxical device we own, the mobile phone.
Right?
We're focused on this high-stakes mission of turning this, attention-grabbing distraction machine into a powerful, reliable hub for real, impactful work.
And it's so important to frame this discussion correctly. For too long, the default reaction has just been to shove the phone into a drawer to get any focus.
Exactly. Hide it away.
But in the current landscape, especially with hybrid work, efficiency isn't just about saving 5 seconds on one task. It's about cutting cognitive friction.
Cognitive friction. I like that.
Yeah, it's about eliminating that constant drain of low-value taps and decisions. The real goal here isn't to cram more into the day. It's to reclaim our time and energy for meaningful work by just systematically deleting the repetitive, busy work.
I love that shift in focus. It's not about speed, it's about mental bandwidth. So our core mission for you, the listener, is to really understand how to leverage modern accessible technologies.
Right. Things that are already out there.
Yeah, things like sophisticated optical character recognition, AI helpers like ChatGPT, and instant e-signatures like DocuSign, and how to use them to immediately remove those annoying, energy-sucking micro-tasks from your schedule.
And if we can just distill the key takeaway from the sources right at the top, it's this. Stop chasing shiny new apps. You do not need 50 tools. Pairing a small, curated stack of reliable apps with a few simple, repeatable habits it's the absolute shortcut to genuine forward motion.
So let's explore the strategic why. Why should we even bother? Why stop thinking of the desk as the only place for productivity and really embrace the mobile device?
Well, the core strategic insight is fascinating. The phone has this unique ability to monetize traditionally idle minutes.
Monetize them? How so?
Think about it. That 15 minutes you spend waiting for a meeting or sitting on the train or queuing for coffee, that time used to be just doom scrolling.
Totally wasted. Yeah.
Now, that same block of time can be transformed into productive decisions made, documents approved, or tasks moved forward. By instantly tackling those small items, you stop them from piling up. And critically, you protect those larger blocks of focus for when you finally sit down for deep work.
So we're capitalizing on time that would have otherwise been lost to just low-level distraction, and we're preventing that decision fatigue later in the day.
Exactly.
The source material highlights several practical, powerful advantages that modern phones provide now, which, genuinely mimic desktop functionality thanks to the cloud.
Absolutely. And the foundational layer is just the ability to capture information anywhere.
Yes. The always with you capture. You can snap physical documents, receipts, whiteboards, record a thought, and instantly use OCR optical character recognition to turn those images into editable text.
And the sources specifically praise ABBYY FineReader for this.
They do. It excels at pulling clean, editable data from, say, complex screenshots or even legal files.
And the value there is instant integration. Think about expense reporting. Instead of manually typing in everything from a stack of receipts,
That's the worst.
right, FineReader can just pull that information cleanly into an Excel sheet or your expense software instantly. It cuts out that painful manual entry.
And that data capture connects right to seamless sync. Because these services are cloud-based, everything is just current, everywhere.
We eliminate that massive hidden time sink of version chasing or emailing files to ourselves.
100%.
And on top of that, we now have powerful built-in controls. Using simple features like do not disturb schedules or specific focus modes lets us manage interruptions.
That control is non-negotiable, especially on a travel day when your time is super compressed.
So if we connect all these features to the bigger picture, the result is pretty clear. The right mobile setup lets you handle critical approvals, route information, and just make faster, better business decisions wherever you are.
It leads to a calmer, more reliable system, instead of being chained to a desk waiting for paper.
Precisely.
Okay, let's shift from the strategic why to the tactical how. Let's look at the actual tools. We want a curated stack, something that emphasizes cross-device functionality. So let's start with those assistive tools, the ones designed to cut manual labor.
These are the apps that take those tedious, repetitive steps and, either automate them or make them happen in just one tap.
The source material spotlights a key quartet of players here. We already mentioned ABBYY FineReader for OCR. Next up is DocuSign.
Which is crucial.
It really is. It allows you to review and sign documents immediately from your phone, stopping that physical paper loop dead in its tracks. And the act of just signing a document is often free for you.
And then we layer on the AI. ChatGPT isn't just for writing essays.
Not at all.
It's incredibly useful for speeding up drafts, outlining presentations, or just structuring quick research when you have a 10-minute gap. It eliminates that anxiety of staring at a blank page.
And to complement that, Grammarly is essential for cleaning up text and style on the fly. You can even tune the tone of an important email before you hit send. Now, when we talk about Office and Sync essentials, the underlying principle has to be unification. The modern professional needs unified systems.
That's absolutely critical. You have to have one reliable central source for your commitments. That means one Todoist or TickTick are often cited as best in class.
Right.
And one reliable notes app, whether that's Evernote for its powerful search or something more focused like Joplin. Scattering your tasks and knowledge across, 5 different apps is the #1 recipe for feeling overwhelmed.
And for collaboration, Google Workspace is still a foundational system. Docs, Sheets, Drive. It's the real-time collaboration and reliable autosave that makes it so powerful. It just kills that question of which version is the latest.
But when we move all this data into the cloud, doesn't that create a single point of failure? We're centralizing critical business knowledge. Did the sources address data security or vendor lock-in?
That's a great question, a necessary point of friction to address. And yes, the source acknowledges the risk. It emphasizes choosing mature, established platforms. You're not looking for the newest startup.
Right. You want the big players.
Exactly. You're looking for vendors like Google, Microsoft, Evernote, the ones who have invested heavily in security layers, robust export functions. The trade-off in efficiency far outweighs the security risk if you use industry-standard tools with multi-factor authentication.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which brings us perfectly into communication triage. This is often the biggest productivity killer. The goal is strict noise reduction.
You can't be productive if you're constantly just reacting to every single ping. You need smart email clients that speed up that triage process.
So what are we looking at?
The source mentions a few innovators. There's Spark, which focuses on organization, Canary Mail, which integrates encryption and AI drafting, and Hey, which completely rethinks your inbox, forcing you to approve senders first.
And what do they all have in common?
They share one mission: force you to make an immediate decision on every message act, defer or delete. No more letting things fester in the inbox.
And for real-time messaging, we have Slack and Zoom Workplace. It's really evolving, right? It's layering on AI transcription and even lightweight document editing.
But the tool is only half the battle. The crucial habit is setting communication norms, establishing channel expectations in Slack, using filters, snooze functions, just clearing out low-value messages in one batch to protect your focus.
Which brings us to the next, and I think most crucial, level of efficiency: automation. This is the true force multiplier.
It really is. We're talking about wiring triggers across your apps so that common, repeatable steps just happen without taps, without thought, and without human effort.
Automation turns repeatable human actions into a quiet, reliable system.
And it frees you to focus on the high-value creative work. More importantly, it dramatically reduces context switching, that enormous drain on your energy from jumping between 5 different apps just to complete one basic task.
Okay, so let's detail the 3 main types of automation in the source. For simple cross-service flows, there's IFTTT, if this, then that.
Right. To understand the logic, think of a non-work example. Like, if I post a photo to Instagram, then automatically save a copy to my Google Drive, you set it once and it just runs. It's a great, often free startup point.
Then you have personal workflow collapse, which is where mobile really shines.
Yeah.
On Apple, we have shortcuts. It chains multi-step routines into a single tap or a Siri phrase.
Yeah, so you can use a single shortcut to start your day. It dismisses your alarm, sets your phone to do not disturb, opens your to-do list, and starts a deep work playlist. It just removes that 3 minutes of friction every morning.
And for serious business workflows, integrating multiple SaaS tools, you need Zapier.
Zapier is built for this. It connects complex business apps like MailChimp, Asana, CRMs, and the starter tier is free and incredibly powerful.
So walk us through a critical workflow.
Okay. A new lead fills out a form on your website. Zapier is triggered. Step 1. It automatically sends a personalized welcome email through MailChimp. Step 2. It creates a follow-up task for your sales team in Asana, marked as a high priority lead.
And that whole complex 3-app workflow happens instantly, reliably, every time.
With 0 manual input. That's the force multiplier in action.
But automation isn't just about moving data, right? It's also about capturing information. The source highlights Otter.ai for live meeting transcription.
Exactly. The free plan gives you 300 minutes a month, and the value proposition is transformative. You stop typing and you start listening. You engage with the discussion while the app creates searchable, shareable notes for you automatically.
It shifts your role from secretary to engaged collaborator.
That's it.
So if automation is the answer, what's the implementation strategy? Because, starting this sounds complicated.
It does, but you have to start small. Begin with one rule that removes one daily microtask. That is the critical first step to building trust in the system. And as they prove reliable, you document your top automations so teammates can reuse them. That's how you scale efficiency across a team.
So automation is great for managing the data flow, but ultimately our most valuable finite resource is attention.
Absolutely.
We have to talk about protecting focus, tying back to that idea that small systems for attention beat willpower alone.
Willpower is a limited resource. It drains over the course of the day. Systems, on the other hand, are scalable and always reliable.
Right. So let's look at some focus systems mentioned in the source. There's Cave Day, which runs guided deep work sessions with facilitators.
It's external accountability.
Yeah. And then there's Rescue Time, which passively tracks your app and website usage to help you spot your peak productive hours.
And that data is gold. If you run Rescue Time for just 1 week, you know precisely when your brain is sharpest. It allows you to schedule your most complex tasks strategically. It's cognitive offloading, the relief of knowing your phone cannot interrupt you.
And for quick wins that just rely on your phone, you can time block with Pomodoro sprints. Just use the clock for 25-minute bursts. And of course, using Do Not Disturb before deep work is non-negotiable.
Oh, and here's a fantastic low-tech hack that was mentioned. Using the iPhone's speak screen feature to have long documents read aloud.
That's a great one.
This turns otherwise lost moments, driving, cooking, walking the dog, into moments where you can still consume long reads. It makes those short pockets of time genuinely useful.
So with this huge ecosystem of tools, what's the final word on strategic selection? How do we choose the right few to build this system?
You have to match features directly to your existing workflows. Prioritize integration above all else. Look for apps that move information automatically between services you already use, Slack, Asana, Google Workspace. It minimizes copy-pasting and ensures data integrity.
Okay, and secondly,
confirm true offline access. If you travel, you need to be able to open tasks and documents on a flight and have those changes sync later. Most reliable platforms like Google Docs, Evernote, and Todoist offer this, but you have to check.
And what about for a team?
If you're deploying this across a team, check the enterprise support, permissions, templates, management tools, and the best advice is to run a 2-week pilot with a small group. Test the stack's speed and reliability. Don't roll out a major change until you know it truly removes friction.
So to synthesize the core message,
it's about using a small stack of reliable apps with fast search and solid sync, and then letting automation handle the routine stuff. This whole process lets you reclaim time, energy, and cognitive bandwidth for the actual hard, high-value work.
Right. The ultimate goal of this entire setup isn't just to be busy or even just efficient. It's to finish tasks faster, reduce friction, and ultimately enjoy more high-quality time outside of work.
That's the real prize.
So we have a final practical challenge for you, drawn directly from the source, to start today. 1. Enable Do Not Disturb for your next focused work block, even if it's just 30 minutes. And 2. Add one automation, however simple, that saves you minutes every day.
Start small.
That's it for this deep dive into mobile productivity. Thank you for tuning in to the Smart Keys podcast. If you found these insights valuable, please subscribe to the show for more actionable strategies on the future of work and personal efficiency.
Thanks for having me.
And for a complete list of all the apps, implementation strategies, and workflows we discussed today, including the full article, Mobile Productivity, Top Tips to Effectively Work from Your Phone, authored by Felix Römer, founder of smartkeys.org. You can find the link in the show notes. We'll see you next time.